I'm pretty confident. I could be wrong, but I think I said back when I addressed the whole Adidas, Karen situation, HR, a lot of things being brought to light for them. It wouldn't 1000% surprise me if stories didn't eventually come out about Nike, because let's be real, there are cases where tons of microaggressions and even blatant acts of racism or other things are present in the workplace by individuals at any big company, even those we love. So I think it's only fair I kind of address some that have surfaced about, this account Black at Nike on Instagram, which apparently is no longer up.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take the hit and still finish and one.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ, back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ2 through Shane's. Yes, I'm still wearing them. I have like the little baby ones on. These were by different custom designers, just as FYI. But they're on by 24/7. Nike shirt is still on, even while I'm making a video concerning different things that are going on with Nike. Yeah, my love for them still doesn't change. When the whole thing went on with Adidas, do you think I went and directly messaged friends and said, hey, I can't believe you still wear Adidas, rock Adidas, buy Adidas? No, that wasn't the stance I decided to take. Instead, I was just like, hey, did you see this? And they were like, yeah, hopefully things change. Now, if we remember the HR individual in charge, I don't remember if she was the VP of HR or what, but ironically, her name was Karen. That just fit the storyline a little too well. But anyway, her name was Karen, and she chose to step down. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if stepping down would have been the thing to do. Because let me point this out. Do you remember this here that I have? All right, Kobe, yes, it's my background right here. It says everything negative, pressure, challenges is all an opportunity for me to rise. I won't lie, that could have been Karen's opportunity to rise, to address the different things. I'm not saying it would be easy in any way, shape, or form, but that was still a chance to rise and actually address different things, maybe go ahead and put in place some change that needed to happen. Now, I get it. There are other individuals that are not Black or are not of another minority descent that have chosen to step down and let other people maybe possibly fulfill those roles that are qualified and are Black or another minority. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't necessarily think Karen needed to quit, but I can understand it. That being said, though, no business is going to be without reproach, just like we all have our own issues, right? None of us are without flaws. So I'm not going to make excuses for Nike at all. Now, these things are a little bit different. So with the Adidas one, at least a former employee came out. He was the actual designer for Patrick Mahomes, or Mahomeboy, as Shannon Sharp likes to call him. His Super Bowl cleats that were worn during that big game, that monumental game for him and his career. So he had his own personal account out there for Black at Nike on Instagram. It actually offered kind of some anonymity for employees to voice their problems, their concerns, maybe some of their own personal experiences they've dealt with while working for the brand, because they felt that it provided them some level of protection. Maybe they just wanted to vent. Maybe they wanted to protect their standing in the company, which that's sad that you have to do that in any way, shape, or form. But I know it's not just for Nike. There would be a lot of us who would not necessarily voice certain things because you don't want to just sit there and get, fired. Now, if you do something stupid online and you get fired by your job, I totally get that. If you're just voicing issues that you've dealt with, I don't think that's okay for you to get fired by, but I don't make the rules and neither do I work in HR. So this was considered like a safe space for employees to do that. And there were a lot of different accounts of people that came forward to voice different things. For some of them, listen, I certainly don't agree with them, whether they were at Nike or actually even if they were just dealing with a Black person. I just don't think it would have been right if anybody was dealing with them. So I'll read off a few to you, let you know what I think, and then Nike, I'll be honest with you. If these accounts are very much so true, just like the Adidas story was true, step up and do something. Like, you are in the forefront, you're trying to lead a lot of change, right? You've pressured the Washington Redskins to change their name along with some other big brands, and that's a great move. But also, you gotta kind of clean up house everywhere. So if these accounts were true, Instead of taking offense to them, because I don't know what Nike is doing. Again, let's just be very clear. I don't work for Nike, not associated with them in that way in which like I'm on staff or on repetitive payroll. I'm not on retention or anything with them, right? Have I been fortunate enough to do some things with them? Yes, I have. But as a Black woman, I would also want them to justly treat people the way they should be treated, the way I should be treated as a Black person. And that goes for any of their other employees as well. So I'll just go ahead and read some of them. So with this one, I find an issue with this, whether the person would be Black or not. But it says, as a woman of color working in brand Jordan, I was told to cover up and dress more masculine to fit the Jordan vibe. At the same time, I witnessed my white, younger female colleague appropriate the culture from every aspect because that's deemed as someone who is connected to the culture, receive preferential treatment from our older white director. I was set up for failure and was ostracized because I chose to call out the inequality. Here's the thing. I don't care whether it was a woman of color or a Black woman, a Hispanic woman. I don't care. If that's not necessarily someone's specific style, I don't think that makes them any less in tune with the culture itself, right? You can have a designer who chooses not to dress in actual streetwear fashion, but fully be aware and understand and grasp it. Just because she chose not to dress in the baggier aesthetic like I may do and other women that really like sneakers may do, does that mean that she should be ostracized? No. Just like because you can mimic this dress, I don't think that proves you know anything any more than the next person. That is just personally how I feel. That's a terrible account for her to have gone through that. With another one, she said, another lady said, I trained every coach in my store, and when a new role opened up, I wasn't even considered for the promotion. When I asked why, I was told I wasn't ready, but not given any real feedback on my performance. They hired a white woman instead who had to train her, me. That would be a massive slap in the face. As somebody she's clearly proficient in her job because she has to train all the other people you bring on and onboard. So she's proficient enough to onboard repetitively, but not proficient enough to actually be in the leadership role. That makes no sense. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. I'm trying to think of one that is really personal to me. Okay, so this one I can 1000% relate to. I always found myself avoiding the desire to wear my natural hair due to the fact that coworkers and even superiors would always comment on it and about how my hair looked like lamb's wool and wanted to touch it. And then when I changed my hairstyle, they would say you should have kept it the other way, it looked better. I noticed when a non-person of color would get their hair done, there was always minimal comments about it. I wish I could say this was something that only probably occurred at Nike, but no. I've had to actually check individuals on this multiple times at various places that I've worked. Now, it really does depend on your temperament as a person of how you would take this. For somebody that doesn't want, sadly, you would think that you would face some kind of, an attack back or something from your company. That's really sad. Now, have I addressed individuals one-on-one about it? Yeah, I've clapped back about it. I'm just going to be very honest with you. I had a white man who had something to say about my hair in the case that I chose to wear it in a curly, slicked up bun style. And to him, it was that my hair, or I think I had it down and loose and curly. And to him is that it wasn't tamed, or apparently I didn't choose to do my hair that morning. But then the next day when I simply chose on my own accord to wear it up in a slick bun, he wanted to comment, oh, well, that's a little bit better than what it was yesterday. I said, oh, I don't think I really asked your opinion on what my looks were since you're not the person I'm with. I find that very, very perfectly okay, I'm going to be honest with you, to say back to someone, stop thinking your opinion is always warranted to anyone if it's not asked, okay? But Black women of color, since the beginning of being in corporate America, I swear we're having to address certain things that other people don't have to address. And that's a problem. But you know why that's a problem? Because we're walking around and we're not seeing other people like us, right? That's what it is. We're not seeing other people like us. And based on people's limited exposure to things, ignorance just creeps in and can lead to so many other things. Unfortunately, like racist ass comments. So there are a lot of different accounts that people shared on Black at Nike, and I'm glad that they had a platform to share them. Now, again, I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything because I don't know. Like, of course, Nike, I think, came out and said, like, hey, we weren't associated with why that account got taken down. So, again, I don't want anybody making blanket accusations against me. I certainly don't. But for the fact that we need a place where people can do that with anonymity. I don't think that's part of the problem right there. So, Nike, here's your chance. If all this issue is going down, there was a lot of other stuff in there, especially recently related to George Floyd incident and issue. Address this at all the different locations of wherever these things occurred, because some of them gave specific cities and specific areas. Address them. Do better. It's not okay to just do better in one area. Do better in all areas. If there are issues of racism, microaggressions, I don't care what level they are, small or big, address them. Okay, honestly, your brand is constantly pushed by stellar black athletes, let's be real, and the culture of sneakers themselves, which if you actually read the book about the subculture of sneakers, you know where it originated, in hip hop. And where did that originate? With black people. All right, so that's all I got. Act your age, not your shoe size. Yeah, Nike, you're not exempt from people saying do better either. Peace out.